rival in the 6th round. Well, I'm delighted to be joined by the new Commonwealth champion and his manager, Mickey Duff, plus the trophy. I didn't realize you actually got a trophy for this. Now, I know you planned very carefully to win this fight, but in your wildest imagination, did you actually think you would put him out in the 6th round?
Well, there's a lot of people saying that I didn't have the punch to take Ben out. You know, I had all the critics telling me this and telling me that. But I knew what I was capable of doing. You know, I knew I had a punch. And
yeah, I spoke to you the other day, and I got the impression that you weren't at all perturbed by the fact that Ben had all the publicity, and relatively speaking, you had none.
yeah. Well, considering that I've been in the game longer than Ben, and I've fought better opponents, you know, Nigel has been on the scene for only about 2 years, and all of a sudden he's drawn so much attention. And that did really bug me for a certain time.
It's a bit like the tortoise and the hare, Mickey, isn't it? You know, up there, Ben out in front, then suddenly this man quietly comes along.
Yes, well, Ben is a spectacular, explosive type of fighter, very mouthy, self-opinionated, and a showman, and he caught the public's imagination. Plus, they gave him the kind of hype that goes with being popular early, but then you've got to be good enough to justify it.
I get the impression you didn't like this kind of dark Avenger thing. You know, you felt it didn't give boxing quite
I don't like the Dark Destroyer. I don't like I'm bad. The answer Michael said all the time was, you may be bad, but I'm good. There's nothing good in being bad.
Michael, did you plan for a long fight?
Not necessarily, no. You know, because I knew I had a punch. And I knew that the way Nigel was going to come out for me, he would have been walking straight onto my punches.
And yet, during the fight, you made, in terms of technique, you made obviously a formidable barrier of your fists up there. Yeah. You were obviously worried about the haymaker.
Well, Nigel is known for his big punching, you know, and I had to work on my defence because he loved to hit on the top of the head, and I thought to myself, well, my main objective is to work on my defence and then punch himself out.
How realistic, Mickey, do we view the chances of a world title fight?
Very realistic. You know, Mike McCallum won the world title on a promotion of mine here in London, and I obtained 2 options on his services, so that's not a bad start. We now have to agree for him to fight Michael Watson, but I am confident he will be named as the #1 official challenger by the World Boxing Association. And under the terms of the contract and the rules, McCallum, having won a vacant title, has to meet the #1 challenger in his next defence. So I'm pretty sure that come October, November of this year, Michael Watson will be fighting for the title.
Michael, what more can you do? Can you improve? I got the impression watching you, the gym, that, you know, you're dedicated, very professional, but can you improve your performance even yet?
I can improve all according to who I'm fighting. You know, there's no limits to what I can do.
In a word, is he right in saying that, Mickey?
Yes, very much so. I think he's only a lad, and he hasn't had any tough fights, and that's been calculated, and now he's ready to step up.
Mickey and Michael, thank you very much indeed.
Was itself surprisingly destroyed last night. The flamboyant